Before we begin watching the tribute I made for Zack, I'd like to take a moment to talk about him and the entire FF7 universe. Don't worry, it will not take long. We all know Zack from every FF7 game that Square Enix has made so far. We know him from the original, Before Crisis, Advent Children, and most importantly we know him from Crisis Core. Zack was also nominated as one of the best characters in the entire FF franchise. And in Japan he was voted to be even more popular and above Cloud Strife in the rankings. Zack's personality was unique, and that's what people loved about him. And with the right voice actor it made his personality and self look and feel even more lively. Zack was voiced by the famous actor, Rick Gomez. We all know his dreams, his love interest, his life and death. For 23 years the FF7 universe continues its legacy. However, everything has its limit and must have an end, at some point. Where do I go with this now, you might be wondering? Let me explain. For 23 years we had the same old recipe: death, pain, sadness, tragedy, loss. However, Square Enix and its fans decided it is enough, and that the characters need to rest and enjoy life. Square Enix released FF7 Remake on 2020/3/April, which is actually a sequel to the FF7 universe, with Tetsuya Nomura, Naoki Hamaguchi, and Motomo Toriyama as their director. Also, to this point let me add that Tetsuya Nomura have worked and played a very important role in the developing of FF7 back in 1997. It was only natural to make him one of the three directors. He knows the stuff and have worked on it in the past, and now it makes it even better. I'm saying this for those who don't know it, cause some channels saying only what is convenient for them. All the fans got excited and pre-ordered the game before it was even published on the market. Everything was fine till the first part ending of the game. If you haven't finished the game yet, I suggest you to skip this part. By the end of the first part of the game, the company gave us a huge plot twist that no one expected to see. Zack is alive. At first I didn't believe it, but after I did a lot of research I found out that it was true. Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, I was actually bored and wasn't so much excited at first when I bought the game, cause I thought it would be the same old story since PS1, and it wouldn't be anything interesting. But after I finished the game I was shocked, from all this plot twist, cause, first, Aerith and everyone else changed their fate, and that means there's a high possibility of Aerith's survival. Second, Zack managed to fight off the Shinra troops and won this time instead of dying protecting Cloud. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm actually really excited with all these new plot. Now for the haters, don't get me wrong, I love FF and I'm a huge FF fan. To the point I even have an entire collection of games posters and music plays. This game is amazing in many ways. For starters, this game wasn't made just for the new generation of fans, newbies, but mostly for us, the old generation of gamers, cause not even us who played throughout the entire game will not know the outcome of this. And it's that thrill and anguish that puts you into the game once again. For some stupid reasons though, some people try to hold back the game and trash it because it's not the same. Let me explain the reasons and why. They say that because Zack and Aerith will be alive the story will mess up and will lose its motivation of death, sorrow, etc. That the game story is realistic and grounded. A literally fantasy world with mystical creatures, magic and places you could never dream of in your entire life is grounded and realistic. What kind of drugs are these people taking? And if yes, can I have some? If you want a world with grounded story and realistic, go play MGS, GTA, Assassin's Creed, Tomb Raider, etc. Guys, the game is amazing and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Some people saying that we can't understand. How? Because we liked this particular game it means we haven't played the original or any other of the FF7 universe? That's stupid thinking. I have played throughout my entire life of experience with the FF7 universe, Before Crisis, Crisis Core, Original, Dirge of Cerberus. Watch the movie Advent Children and the one episode with Zack which is called Last Order. I know so much about the game it's like having Wikipedia in front of you. It's because people have played the original and more, that they love this game even more. As for the death situation and that Cloud will lose his motivation of Zack's death, it's bullshit. I can give you guys 1,000 strong examples of how Cloud would be more motivated than ever with Zack and Aerith alive. Death isn't something you can be motivated by anytime you wish and want. It's a serious matter and people need to understand that it doesn't work that way in real life. That's why I call Cloud the Batman of FF7. Cause some people mistaken the DC universe with FF7 universe for some reasons. Guys, Cloud isn't gonna fight his fear of bats and then prux on destroying Shinra. It doesn't work that way either. Chill. If it wasn't for Zack, Cloud wouldn't make it out alive of Hojo Laboratory. I'm saying this for the people who saying, Zack wasn't necessary in the story and he wasn't mentioned much. And if it wasn't for Cloud, Zack would exist. Again, bullshit. If you play through the original game, Zack is mentioned many times, and even from the first 5 minutes of the start of the game, Cloud is based on Zack personality due to some things that happened in previous games. People know that but don't want to acknowledge that. Don't let the haters get to you guys. They know but don't want to say it. Another thing that some people do, and it's horrible, is that trash and curse Nomura only for the game, saying that it will never be like the original. The problem is that people didn't say anything good while they were playing the game, even though it was amazing. But once they saw something different, all of a sudden people started jumping on Nomura and everyone else and pointing out only the bad things. I have seen a lot of videos like that lately. And people try to cover it up by saying, the game was good though. At least be honest. And not just because you are afraid of losing subscribers you try to play it cool. With what people do and say, they undermining Square Enix, developers, directors, and most importantly, the fans. They act like they are the only ones and the true gamers. It's like an old saying wise people used to say, and it's so accurate that people use till this very day. And that is, you can do 1,000 good things in your life and no one will acknowledge you. But once you do something wrong, everyone will pointing you. Like I said, it's been over 23 years now and we eat up the same old shit. And it's time for a happy ending. Everything has its limit and an end. This FF7 will be the start for the final and happy end for everyone. With Zack and Aerith and Cloud, Barrett, Dane, Tifa, everyone who has suffered. I believe I speak for all when I say the characters have suffered enough. The reason the haters don't want Zack alive, it's because they are afraid that he is more popular and likable than Cloud, which is true, and for that reason they make such a big fuss about the game mostly. In my opinion, 23 years of my life and theirs are enough. It's time for them to be happy. After all, it's a literally fantasy world, anything can happen at any time, which means Aerith can survive and Zack as well. Support the game and its creators, they deserve it. After all, we finally got the game of our dreams back. With that been said, I have covered up everyone's complaint and sorry for keeping you waiting, you all. Enjoy the tribute of Zack, Fair Soldier First Class. Please stand by.
This is the story of an unknown hero.
Even if the morrow is barren of promises, nothing shall forestall my return. To become the dew that quenches the land, to spare the sands, the seas, the skies, I offer thee this silent sacrifice.
Being soldier, hang in there. Hey, you doing okay? Well, what are you gonna do once we get to Midgar? We're friends, right?
You see, everything's all right.